Hello, everyone. Welcome to Chisme con Chris. I'm so excited to start this new, journey with like podcasting and stuff and having episodes and bringing people onto the show. But I definitely want to start off with, our first pilot episode and kind of talk about a little bit about myself, what I got going on in my life, what I, want to do in my life, where I'm at in life, how life has been recently and, past, present, that kind of stuff too. So that's kind of what we got on for the first episode. So I hope you guys enjoy. So my plans for this podcast is gonna be, to really kind of like show light into like my life and just really, you know, bring you guys a little bit deeper into like stuff that I've gone through that maybe like others can relate to. And also, like friends and like family and stuff too. I definitely want to have like others on the show and have everyone like relate to their like experiences in life, because I feel like everyone definitely has like their own experiences and things that they definitely like want to share or like get off their chest, like that could definitely help out others. I know I've definitely heard stories and I'm like, wow, I relate to that like so much. So that's kind of what I got planned for this. I'm excited because it's definitely gonna like push me further to really open up. I definitely like struggle with that a lot too. I don't know. I feel like it's hard to just like talk about myself all the time, whether I do it like regardless, anyways. But this is kind of like, if I'm gonna do it, like this is a platform to do it, and like, that kind of stuff too. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are all excited. But yeah, I kind of want to just give you guys a little bit of background about myself. My name is Chris Aldana. I am currently 23 years old. I was born in Granada Hills, California, and moved to Massachusetts, when I was young. I don't really remember, so I really wasn't in, California for long. Moved to Massachusetts. I was there until I was about 7 years old, and then moved to New Hampshire, which is where I'm currently living now, with my family. Um, Growing up in like New Hampshire and like New England area, I feel like is definitely like different and like not really like what I would have loved to like growing up in, but it's definitely nice to have that like in my background. I definitely want to like expand like my horizons and like move somewhere else and like, really venture out and meet new people, because I feel like living in a small town in New Hampshire is just very like very like secluded, and you really like everybody knows each other. I was just out to dinner like last night with my family for Valentine's Day, and I think we saw maybe like five people that we knew and stuff. So it's a very small town, very small state. I feel like if you go to like any town or whatever, like you kind of know somebody that like you know through somebody else or whatever. So I definitely want to go somewhere and just have like a whole fresh start and like, have nobody know anything about me. Um, and just kind of like live a more like private life or whatever, and like I don't have to like worry about like going somewhere and like seeing somebody that I know sometimes. So um but don't get me wrong, it is nice to see people that I haven't seen in a while, but it does get a little bit tiring. As far as like family goes, I love my family. I love them to death. It definitely like wasn't always like that. Especially growing up gay and like in a Hispanic household. I'm Guatemalan, by the way. Growing in a Hispanic household, like it was definitely like so challenging and so hard to really like be true to myself and like everything that I wanted to do, and like growing up and like figuring out like who I was and everything like was super hard. Especially because like I wanted to get into makeup and like beauty and like fashion and stuff, and like you know my family just definitely like wasn't accepting at it at first until they really saw like my potential, but it took like a really long time for them to even see that. There's so many memories when I would like go to school and like on my way to school I would do my makeup, and then have so many people like compliment my makeup at school and everything and be like, oh my god, like it looks so good, I love it. And then come home and like on my way home I would be taking off my makeup, to make sure my family didn't see me in makeup. So it was definitely like really hard at a young age, like 16, 17, like hiding what I love to do and like what I wanted to um do and stuff, and like the people that are supposed to support you the most, like they're the ones that like really tear you down. So I definitely had a hard time growing up gay. But you know, when they did realize like, okay, he like is really good at it and like has a talent and like can make money off of this, like they started to support it more. But it like was not easy at all. um there was like a point in my life too where it was just like really dark and like I was just so over it and like so done with everything and like dealing with like everything, that I was just like over everything and I like just didn't want to do it anymore. But you know, we got through it, and you know, I got better at, you know, makeup, and I really like own my true like self. I don't know if that made sense, but I definitely I figured out myself, and I was like, okay, like if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna own it, and if they don't love me, then like, you know, it is what it is. But like this is what I want to do. This is who I want to be. Like it's do or die. Like I'm either gonna do it or just gonna, you know, not be happy with myself. And I definitely decided to, you know, do what I wanted to do and love it, rather than just like hide who I wanted to be. But it definitely was like not an easy decision to make at all. And I definitely had to like prove to myself and my family too that like I can do this and like I am good at what I do, like regardless of what you say, like it's gonna happen. So either deal with it or like, you know, kick me out onto the streets. So especially like, you know, with my mom, like I love her. But she would definitely give me like the hardest time too, like, you know, the very old school where, you know, you're like a guy, you got to do like guy things and like that kind of stuff too. I remember in like third grade, um, a guy said that like I was gay or whatever, and I didn't really like know what it meant or whatever. I really wasn't like offended, but like I knew it was, he definitely didn't mean it in like a good way. And I came home and like told her, and she was like, "Well, then don't act like that." And I was like, "Okay, nice, cool." I was like, "Thanks for the help." So, we've definitely gone through so many times like that. But it's times like that where it's kind of like a learning moment for, you know, both of us, where I realize like the world really like doesn't care about, you know, what I do or whatever. People really do just kind of mind their business like now day and age. But sometimes family like will tear you down like the most. Like I was never bullied in school. I was never really called like slurs or anything like that that really like offended me or anything like that. But I was definitely more offended when it was like, you know, your home and your support system that like really would tear me down or whatever. Those were the people that would make me cry. Never had like anybody in school make me cry. But definitely like at home I would have whole mental breakdowns and just, you know, be screaming in a pillow, having a whole moment because, you know, I was called a clown when I came home or something like that. So, um, but I'm thankful now for like all of those like, you know, hard times because now it just made me a stronger person. I honestly like can't remember the last time I was ever offended by something that somebody said that really like tore me down because I've already gone through all that with, you know, with my family. Um, they broke me down enough that like I really was at rock bottom, and now like it's just it was really only up from there. Like there was no other person that could say anything to offend me like that. And yeah, I got through it. So I'm glad that we went through that because, you know, people are mean, especially like on social media and like, you know, online. People will say like some crazy shit just because they can, because you don't know who they are. You know, you've never seen them or whatever. So they'll just say whatever they want behind a screen. But when it's, you know, people at your home and like in your space, like, okay, this is different. Like, holy crap. Like, I can't believe they just said that to my face, you know? So, um, I feel like that just makes you stronger. Definitely not fun. Definitely not, you know, something I would have, you know, loved. But growing up now and like being the person that I am now, like, okay, you know, I've already been through that. So we're good now. And my family and I, we are in like a really good, you know, place right now. Like we talk all the time. Like, you know, they compliment my makeup, they compliment my fashion. They understand it. They want me to show them how to do it. They want me to teach them now. Um, So we're definitely in a really good place now. I love them. They love me. I wouldn't change them at all for the world. So I'm so grateful that like we went through that experience. It was definitely like super hard, but like now they're so understanding that like, you know, time is different now, and like it's not like how it was back in the day where, you know, I would get bullied like that all the time or whatever. So, and we've talked about it too. I've talked about this with my mom. You know, she was really just like worried for me. She was like, I didn't want you to like, you know, get bullied by other people and stuff. So like that it was just scary to me. And I really was the only person that like she knew like in person that would, be a guy wearing makeup and stuff. So she just like didn't understand it. But now she does and she gets it. And, she's like, Krista, like, I don't know how you do it all the time, but like it looks so good, that kind of stuff too. Um, so yeah, that was kind of like my life growing up. Being gay, definitely like, tough times, but even my sisters, like, they would watch me like go through that and like cry and like, you know, I feel like now I can like teach them like, it's life is hard, but like you just have to get through it. You have to get through your younger years and like go through all this pain to like really figure out who the heck you're gonna be and who you are. Um, if I didn't go through that with my family, like I don't think I would be as confident as I am now. Um, I really do think like the hard times in your life are like what makes you like a stronger person and like what makes you more confident and like more secure in yourself because you figure out, okay, like if people are talking shit about me, like am I just gonna let it happen? Am I gonna learn from this, or is this gonna be like my everyday life like as I get older? Like what's the change that I'm gonna make? That kind of stuff too. So my thing was, people are, if nobody's billing at me for school for my makeup, but in my house they are, like what do I have to do to like prove them wrong? And for me it was just getting better at makeup and just learning and just doing better and proving them wrong, and I proved them wrong like within like a couple of years. I was making money from like doing people's prom makeup, and they're like, okay, like I get it now. But it was definitely like a slow learning curve for them. So I definitely like try to show that to my sisters too, when they're growing up and like going through like struggles or whatever. I'm like, okay, well, sometimes you don't need these people in your life or whatever, like, when they're talking about their friends and stuff. So but yeah, that was my younger years. That felt like a lot of rambling, not gonna lie. I felt like I was trying to like I was doing like a speed run talking about my life, but now I'm super secure in who I am. I'm like a way much more confident person now. Like I said earlier, I really don't get offended by anything that people say. Like I'm such an open book. I'm thankful that, I was never bullied in school or anything like that, but I totally understand, when people are like it's definitely not fun. I mean, wasn't that wasn't bullied in school. I mean, people definitely did say some stuff and like I definitely lost some friends, but it wasn't like anything crazy dramatic that really like affected me like long term or whatever. Um so yeah, I'm in a good place now. I get along with everyone from that I went to school with. Um and basically where I'm at in life right now is I'm kind of just like on a weight loss journey. I have a nice job, a secure job. I love my job. I love what I do. I love everybody that I'm surrounded with. I mean, if you surround yourself with like good people, like I feel like you just have a good life. Get rid of any toxic people in your life. Like you don't need anybody bringing you down or just bringing bad news to you all the time. Like just ignore it. I mean, I know it's definitely easier said than done, but I've learned if you just like, ignore people and like get rid of them, your life is just a lot more calmer and you can just live life however you want to live it. I got to the point where I was like so done with like, asking people to like do something with me. I'm like, no, if they don't want to do it, whatever. Why am I going to force them to do it? So, um, yeah, in life, I'm pretty confident right now. Nothing crazy going on. I definitely want to move out. I want to move to the West Coast eventually. Um, I visited San Diego back in October and I just like fell in love and I want to go back. I want to move over there. I'm so tired of the New England weather. Like the snow is so bad here. The rain, it's just, I drive a convertible and just not being able to like, use it for like 7 months. Ugh, worst part ever. But that's where I'm at right now in life. Nothing crazy as far as I am and like myself and stuff. I definitely have some hard days lately. I think my biggest struggle right now is kind of just like on my weight loss journey because I lost 40 pounds and then I gained like 20 of them back within like 3 months. Just because I took on like a lot more than I wanted to at work. And I just didn't really expect that, but I wanted to challenge myself, but I definitely challenged myself a little too hard. Um, and I'm a big like emotional eater, so I was stressed for like a very long time. So I was just stress eating all the time. I really wasn't working out. I moved back in with my parents too, and I don't know if you guys know, but Hispanic households, we just love food. So we just always had food at the house instead of just me, being vegetarian. When I was living with my cousins and like struggling financially just because I really wasn't super stable with like money, but um, I have a new gym membership now. I'm going to a new gym. I can go whenever I want. So now it's kind of just like the struggle of getting there and kind of being in a calorie deficit. Because I just love food. I'm a big food guy. Any Wendy's, anything like that? Yes, I'm in it. They just opened up a new restaurant right by my house too, and it's my favorite restaurant. And I've been going there like twice a day. It's so bad. Like these people are the waiters already know who I am. It's a little embarrassing, but I'm a big food guy. When I was younger, I actually wanted to be like a chef too. I almost went to school for culinary because the school that I was gonna go to also offered that too. So I was maybe gonna try and do something in that too, but that didn't happen. So now I'm just working full time in retail. Just being as creative as can be. My future goals are I definitely want to do some fashion designing. I have like 3 sewing machines I haven't used in a couple years. I have fabric and like, scissors that are brand new still in the packaging and thread and all these things that I want to do, but it definitely like takes time and I need some space and like the motivation to do it. Like I'm like all over fashion TikTok, but I'm just like, oh, getting up there and doing it and like, pulling out all my stuff and like getting it stable set up. It's just not really calling to me right now, but that's definitely what I want to do in the future. Um, I feel like I keep on saying because I'm so nervous and I don't know why. I'm literally just like talking to myself right now. But that's the thing too. Like talking about myself is so weird to me sometimes. I don't know, unless it's like a whole conversation with somebody else. Like yeah, I can tell you a little bit about me, but like when it's just me and nobody's asking questions about me and I'm just like rambling about myself, it just feels so narcissistic. Was that the word? Narcissistic. That's what it feels like. Feels very narcissistic right now. Wow, that's okay, Chris. It feels very narcissistic right now. Just is that the word? That doesn't sound right. Narcissistic. Okay. Anyways, feels very like like that word. Just talking about myself right now, but okay. I think I'm done rambling a little bit about myself. So I hope you guys got to know a little bit more about me and a little bit more about my background, so we can get that out of the way. Because I'm really excited to talk about some like more important topics going on with future episodes and bringing on some guests and talking about their experiences. I love talking to other people about what they've gone through and like how they've gotten through things and like what they've learned from experiences. So that's kind of what more to expect from Chisme con Chris. And I'm excited to show you guys what else we have planned. And I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little episode. Sorry if I rambled on for so long. It's definitely like really nerve wracking, doing this first episode, but it's only gonna get better from here. I mean, whatever. It's the first episode. I can't expect perfection. But I can't wait to like get creative with this because I've been bored in life right now and I need something new. So this is definitely gonna be like super fun for me. A nice little challenge. I can get more creative. We'll get some more, overlays and whatnot. So I'm excited, but I hope you guys all enjoyed. Feel free to like, follow, subscribe, comment down below what else you guys want to see, any ideas, if you enjoyed this episode, if you related. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you.